everybody knew what a downwinder was. We were the anti-nuclear capital of the world. I was an autistic kid. My father was a drafted United States Marine, an incredible man. I come from an incredible family. My uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day. I grew up on a huge ranch out by the lake. He was a beautiful, incredible person. He was at Pendleton, combat ready, and they were human guinea pig. They were marched into the trenches in Nevada. They're called atomic veterans. He nearly died at the blast. Between 1951 and 1968, we had 300 open-air tests. Well, as different scientists started to write about this, Wallace Stegner was at the University of Utah at the time. I got to know him. Edward Abbey was hanging around there. I got to know him. I got to know all these environmentalists, and I was an environmentalist, and it was a passionate, intense subject matter there.
All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Bloomgate, 311, whatever you want to call it. I call it Pacific genocide, whatever. It's fucking giant conspiratorial across all demographics. They'll be calling you a radical. May God have mercy on all of your souls.
Nuclear power was evolving. We were promised, oh, this can't happen.
Well, hopefully we got a good connection today. Tuesday we had horrific weather problems across. I mean, I was caught in the middle of, whoa, I'd never seen a storm like that. I mean, I've seen some wicked storms here. But we were so dry all winter. All you radicals, we got a lot to talk about. We got a massive snowstorm. I mean, these top of these peaks, they're usually full of snow. Clear into July. They were empty from snow in the middle of May, dry. Oh, were they full of snow? I never seen anything like it. I mean, we get traces across. It can happen in early June. But mid-June, for a heavy winter storm, I mean, we actually had major fire warnings issued, rightfully so, and winter storm warnings at the exact same place and the same time. It's insanity. The freaking control freaks are so out of control right now at Fukushima, the shiny ball syndrome, and I want to talk about, you know, Janet and I caught that again yesterday. I mean, we're paying attention. She's all over it. I'm all over it. Because we've been all over it from the inception. Now, people can pull back or whatever. You know, I mean, these people that come in and these knee-jerk reactions say, oh, it looks like more of an explosion. I really believe, well, not even believe, we know factually. I mean, forget believe. Let's talk about forget belief systems and your fairy tale wannabe making up your salvation the way you want it to fit your lazy dogma, stereotypical, hair-sprayed up or ridiculous idolism. I love the people, you know, that are coming to me, and there's some confused people in this country, really confused in fascism America. America, I pledge allegiance to the United States of nuclearism, to British Petroleum. I pledge allegiance to the Queen's uranium mines. I pledge allegiance to Dick Cheney's freaking Halliburton freaking extortion of $100 bills drove straight to Swiss bank accounts. Remember this and never forget this. Switzerland and their tax havens have existed since post-war. Even before then. They've been there for centuries. We have sued as the United States government as the responsible people to stop these people from harboring tax shelters in Switzerland, from extorted theft, drug cartel, all these so-called politicians, all these so-called leaders that have extorted America, looted America, and hid their money in Swiss bank accounts. We know in Iraq there were literally, Saddam Hussein owned 1 in 10 $100 bills on the face of the earth. A lot of people don't know that. He hoarded American cash. His favorite was $100 bills. Literally, truckloads were found in those palaces. I mean, semi-loads. They were drove out of there and disappeared. Halliburton, the Bush crime family, the cartel, took them to Swiss bank accounts. We know this factually. Widely reported. We've sued and sued and sued. Finally, the famous whistleblower from the IRS who broke their back, he became a multi-millionaire because he got the reward, broke the back of this corruption. Switzerland agreed. They handed it over. The United States, the Justice Department, Eric Holden, not to be confused with Holdren, the eugenics Cal Berkeley, who's been running Berkeley's Fukushima's dog and pony show, the shiny ball cover-up. They have the names. Obama comes out and says, yeah, we're going to release him. Obama's a puppet. He's afraid. Home of the cowards. Uncle Tom Obama? Absolutely. And the neo-right is 10 times more lunatic than even that. The neoconservative right, the war-beating drum, freaking draft-dodging, freaking hair-sprayed phonies, they're all war, kill, the evangelicals, they're sick. They're beyond sick. It's, they think they're Christians. They're the opposite of Christianity. They're confused. I've come to the conclusion Americans do not know how to think for themselves anymore. They can't think. I don't know if it's the television, that's the food chain, the chemtrails, the freaking, whatever, all of the above. Fukushima, Americans cannot think. Our small army, we can think. They can't think. Someone has to think for them. They have a leash around their neck. Fox News leads these freaking evangelicals and Mormons around like the hair-sprayed little bitches that they are. I mean, they really are the Queen's bitches. I mean, they're pathetic. Mike Lee's the Queen's bitch. Freaking Rand Paul, that's the Queen's bitch. I mean, talk about a cartoon character. Look at that fucking moron. And he wins in Kentucky. I mean, you think we're fucking lunatics here. I mean, get this. I'm in the hospital when I finally got out and finally starting to feel better. Some friends of mine says, hey, let's meet down at the Beer Hive in Salt Lake. So I'll go down there. I've been quarantined up and freaking abstract from humanity for, a year and a half, 2 years. I haven't even looked at a girl, touched a girl, smelled a girl, whatever. I meet this incredible, really sexy, beautiful girl. I mean, her and I were talking, whatever. She's from Utah anyway. So we get talking anyway. We get involved with each other for a little bit for, a few days here, Her brother tells me that he tells her she's got to leave. She says, well, I'm moving from Salt Lake. I'm like, why? She says, well, it's nuclear contaminated. And I says, oh, yeah. My brother this, that. And I says, really? Where are you guys going to go? Nashville, Tennessee. I says, really, your brother lives in Tennessee? Yeah. And he's telling us how contaminated Utah is. I said, let me talk to this fucking guy. Call him up. She calls him up, and I says, you're worried about Utah? Do you know anything about Oak Ridge? You do realize they are burning massive amounts of nuclear waste, and they've admitted it for the first time in 5 years. I've got news for you people in Tennessee and Kentucky. Paducah, the tornado hit it. You live in the most contaminated place on the face of the earth. Oak Ridge, Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee is 10 times more radioactive than Chernobyl. I'm not kidding. I'm like, are you a fainting goat? This is the lunacy. People says, oh, this one person told me yesterday, told me that there's that really crazy video I did on my birthday, by the way, April 10th, you can look it up, where the sun is beaming through my kitchen window on it, my arm shadowing, and it looks like I'm moving light around with my hand. Oh, you staged that, you used this, you probably gave yourself to, I'm like, what? These fucking people are lunatics. America cannot think for themselves. The Justice Department has the names. Obama comes out and says, we're going to start releasing the names. Everybody's panicking in this country. The wealth and the power of this country, because that's been contemporized for the last 30 years to loot America at all costs. If you don't believe me, start looking at the corporate tax. And everybody says, oh, the corporate tax is the tax rate's so screwed up, they have to do it. No, that's not right. That's not true. The tax rate is just perfectly fine. No, they want to loot America. They want to use our roads. They want to use our workforce. They want to use our universities. They're all federally taxpayer funded. They don't want to put anything back in. Apple, $200 billion. I mean, I go on every one of these fucking corporations. But we're talking individuals. That's the only thing that fucking lying drug cartel from northern Mexico, the Romney family, I know them here. They are the most corrupt. They own, their biggest business right now is auto parts in China. They're big slave owners. They are the drug cartel in northern Mexico. And if you don't believe me, look it up. Punch in the Romney family in northern Mexico. We're talking northern Mexico. The Romney family is the drug cartel. For real. For real. Look it up. That's who these Mormons are. You know, I remember in the early 80s when it was all the rumors were flying around and Oliver North comes out, Iran-Contra. I could tie that right back to this town, big time, right where I'm at. I could tie it all back here, and I will in my book. I mean, I have information in my brain that would blow people's minds. These people are evil, so there they are. So Obama issues a statement and says, we'll give them till, I believe, December 31st, 2010 to come forward, come clean. To pay up your tax, whatever. None of them do. Then he backs out. I'll tell you why. Same thing John Kennedy found out. Same thing Bobby Kennedy found. Martin Luther King, all of them. Stand up to these fucking monsters. Oh, we know what they do. He saw the names on those lists. He's like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. They're like, yeah, sit down and shut the fuck up. We run this country, not you. And he's like, oh, my God. You can see it in his face. You can see it in his speeches. He's idealistic, like so many of them are, thinking this was still America, like Aaron Swartz was, like Michael Hastings was, like I am Pat fucking Tillman. They still believe that this is America, that you stood up on righteous values and you stood up for what was right and wrong, and we were abstract to the fucking oil system, the Queen system. They all believed that. Aaron Swartz propped up, and he was a Yale and a Harvard fellow? Propped up, didn't do anything wrong. Didn't matter if they put the rope around his neck or he did. I mean, I'm a 26-year-old guy that's been propped up like this, this brilliant, idealistic mind. He's going to change the world, and they're going to put you in prison for 35 years for nothing. The murder of Pat Tillman, the murder of Michael Hastings, and Michael Hastings is going to blow this freaking war, military corruption, fascism bullshit all to hell. No, they all believe that. So did Barack Obama, I believe. Not now. He knows. He's like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. I didn't realize the country locked. I mean, think about it. The most powerful military in the history of mankind. The military-industrialized complex has gone completely insane. Eisenhower warned us. It's not a cliche. It's happened. It's like, prepare for collapse. Prepare for... No. As Ackerman says it perfectly. You're still waiting for the main event. The main event happened. The main event happened in 2000 when the Bush cartel stole the election. Now, you think about that. I want you to sit down, and I don't care which freaking political dogma you fall into. The bottom line, he stole the fucking election. The bottom line is fucking Al fucking phony fraud fucking Gore laid over and rolled over because he's part of it. Hey, you play along, we're looting America. Don't you see we're looting, we'll make you rich. Here, you got a fucking corporate board member on Apple's board, on Google's board. Here, we'll make you a bill. Oh, you're an environmentalist? You build a fucking house that sucks up $8,000 worth of energy? He's a fucking fraud. Oh, he tries to rape 2 different fucking women? Gets away with it? Yeah, because America's been fucking looted, lock, stock, barrel. Load up the Supreme Court with ideologues, Queen's puppets, 5 Queen's puppets. You think Thomas is a fucking rape artist? Everything that she said in those hearings was so true. Take your Coke bottle and shove it up your ass. Fucking Clarence Thomas. Well, we have even worse. Robertson Alito. These are fucking radical, insane, fascist, hardcore, fucking nasty fuckers. These make Hitler look like fucking church mice, fucking Alito and Roberts. They shouldn't be there. They were appointed by illegitimate president. Don't you? I can't believe people can't see this. And that's not opinion. Bush did not win. 7 different people. The Electoral College was put in place to protect states' rights. All you people wrap yourself up in the flag and everything's upside down and opposite in this country. Everything. Why do we have the Electoral College? To stop big populated states from freaking controlling elections. That's exactly what the Florida Supreme Court ruled. Exactly. Not my words, the dissent from Fire's words. William Tribe's words. Every historian, real one, I'm Christine O'Donnell. I attended a seminar for 2 years. I'm a constitutional scholar. I'm Rand Paul because I read Atlas Shrugged. I'm a freaking economist. Fuck, I graduated the #1 school of business in the fucking world. Finance economics. And I'm not talking some academia bullshit. I'm talking the greatest fucking finance professors on earth. Not just I'm academia. Oh, I walk this fucking walk. If you know my fucking path, 10,000 stucco jobs. 10,000 with my hawk and trowel. I started plastering at 15 fucking years old. I got scars up and down my fucking body. All over my fucking body. And I'm not talking running some crew, exploiting labor. Oh, no, I never exploited labor. No, with a hawk and trowel in my fucking hand. I was on fucking Wall Street. Stood, a derivative arbitrage specialist. I mean, I did a lot of things. I walked this walk. My father used to say the Special Forces Marine who was murdered. Boy, you're way too pretty of an opinion to have an opinion. Shut the fuck up and get to work. So many people have said it, and the Native Americans, they know, they call them elders. You have to walk the walk. It's called wisdom. It takes time. My dad used to always say, I used to love this cliche, and he had tons of them. He was a genius. And he used to say, you show me we meet some old guy we talk, just dumb or dirt. And he says, you show me a stupid old fucker like that, I'll show you somebody who was really dumb when they were young. You get smarter when you get old. It's called wisdom. The natives called them elders. In a lot of societies, they respected them, not us. Look what we do to our elders. Oh, yeah, we do have elders. I forgot. George H. CIA, fucking Prescott, fucking Hitler, Bush. They have the names. They have them. Have they been released? Nope. They walk because it's legal. The powers that are running this country are so evil, so corrupt, and American populace goes with it. Just like Iraq again, they just beat the fucking war drums. The far right, and you ever see the far right beats the war drums at all costs. They just beat the and now you think about this, they're calling themselves Christians. They call themselves evangelicals. The hardcorest, war-murdering, beat fucking, the guys who put a noose around Saddam Hussein and ripped his fucking head off his body. This is a guy who never did one thing to an American. Thou shalt not kill. Love them. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. These are the opposite of any Christian teachings. They are devils in hairspray. Really, I'm serious. And you think about the fucking hardest war drum beaters, every fucking one of them, none of them ever bled. None of them. None of them. None of them. George W. Bush, draft dodger. Dick Cheney, draft dodger. Donald Rumsfeld, over and over, every fucking one of them. These and everybody that sits in their basement and fucking pounds the same fucking thing. They're fucking lost, confused fucking, because they can't think for themselves. So they'll let her out. Same thing happened in fascism. And by the way, fascism, no, it didn't start in Germany. It started in Italy. Italy. Spain. Picasso got all this. He knew it. He knew it. He fought back. It's irony to me. Now, you think about the Foxconn News fucking drumbeats. You go back. And don't you love it how Glenn Beck will sit and talk about the fucking left being fucking fascism and fucking Hitler and to make compare one? It's really, he really is the thumbprint of everything that Hitler stood for. Now, what did Hitler stand for? Let's talk about this. What did fascism stand for? What did it stand for? Based on race. Just like the Republican fucking Party is one. The Republican, this is not my words. This is Eisenhower's words. Now, don't get me wrong, the fucking left is just as fucked up as the right, but I'm going to fucking look this out on the lunacy fucking insane, because I live in fucking Red Looneyville. Kool-Aid fucking fake Fraudville. Utah. But it wasn't this way when I was a kid. They weren't the fucking Mormons, the Christians that raised me. Let's talk about this. Fascism is based on race. White supremacy. Sick. Okay? 1. 2, they hated fucking anything that had to do with socialism. Now, remember this. Before he was genociding the Jews, he was genociding the homosexuals. Oh, sound familiar? Free market fairy tales. The whole fucking thing right up and down the line. I mean, it's like it's out of the playbook. They pulled it off. They pulled it off. This country has totally been fucking looted. I mean, it's not waiting to happen. 3/11 was the capitulation. 3/11/11. The cover-up of Fukushima is the capitulation to it all, and it just proves you how it's worked. Just like it worked in fucking Germany. Then fascism fucking worked. And how did it work? The populace bought into it. The populace fucking took it in. Hook, line, fucking sinker. How can that possibly happen? What do you mean, how can it possibly happen? It just happened here. And it's happened in the last 15, 20 years. Now think about this. Bill Walmart Clinton. He is running. We want America back. We want America what it was in the 60s, the 50s, and the 70s. We all grew up post-war. Rich, mom and dad working, usually dad working 40 hours a week. Plenty of money. Middle class, strongest middle class in fucking world history. So here comes this fraud named William Jefferson Clinton, who starts comparing himself to John Kennedy. I mean, that's all he did. He did it. He knew what he was doing. His handlers, the Queen, a Rhodes Scholar, the House of Windsor. How did they find this fucking guy? Oh, through Hillary. Oh, who's Hillary related to? Where does Hillary's bloodline trace back to? Oh, it's Skull and Crossbones. Who is Skull and Crossbones? The Yale Connection. Oh, who is the Yale Connection? Oh, the House of Windsor. The anti-tariff fucking people. Oh, they pulled it off. They floated up the Potomac in 1812 and burnt down the White House. They floated up the Potomac in 2000 and stole the fucking White House. The New York Times, Lock, Stock, Barrel. They come out yesterday, and let's talk about these evil, sick fuckers. The New York Times. The shiny ball. The black and yellow media, that's Jefferson's words. Every quintessential so-called thing. I love all these people that wrap themselves up in the flag and call themselves patriots when they're the opposite of a patriot. Patriots. What is a patriot? Paul Revere and the boys. George Washington. Alexander Hamilton. Fighting against the Queen. Fighting against the East India Company. It was a tariff war. They had it. They had it. White Anglo-Saxons were living in North America for 200 years. Why the war then? Because the East India Company, the Queen's Public, was flooding the United States fucking markets with fucking cheap Chinese goods. So they blocked the port. So what happens is France, they were sick of their economies of scale. Stuff like Indians went onto that fucking boat, threw that fucking tea overboard. Fuck you. You're not exploiting your cheap Chinese goods in here. No. Read it. Look it up. Look it up, fucks. You dogma fucking Kool-Aid drinking fucks. Yellow cake eating fucks. You're dog. Look it up. Look it fucking up. The Tariff Act of 78 before the Bill of Rights. This is not a democracy. This is a republic with a constitution. Without the Constitution, you are fucking it's the Queen. It is the Queen. The fight that went on in. The greatest president this country's ever seen, bar none, George Washington. His pseudo de facto son, Alexander Hamilton. A Greek tragedy? Oh, yeah. And Jefferson, by the way, he was pragmatic and smart enough and intelligent enough. You think Jefferson and Hamilton hated each other? No, they loved each other. Yeah, they fought like cats and dogs and went at it, but they were pragmatic, and in the end, fucking Hamilton took a bullet so that Jefferson could be fucking... Oh, who killed him? Burr. Oh, who is the bloodlines of fucking Burr? Yeah, Al Gore. Look it up. Look it up. This country's been looted. Lock, stock, fucking barrel. And if you don't believe me, $18 trillion in ruling debt. You can sit and fucking go in denial all you want. Pop your 5 fucking pills. Look at your fake fucking mansion. Build a styrofoam and a fake fucking rock. And fucking pay any illegals cash. Just open the... we didn't have a fence. No, I'll tell you what the fence was. The fence was called integrity. America did not believe in exploiting other people. They did not believe in usury. They had a moral conscience and a soul. Yeah, there was plenty of people who did not. But the majority believed in other people. We the people. They believed in a structured fucking system of law, a central bank that had fucking responsible and no debt, Alexander Hamilton. But we must have a fucking strong credit rating because it is naive to think that our shores will not be attacked for our vast natural resources. Alexander Hamilton to Thomas Jefferson. Boy, did he write. It's like, there is no monument to Alexander Hamilton. There's no nothing. Oh, I've done many lectures. I go to the Trinity Church where he's buried. I go to church there every time I'm in New York City. So I'm heavily responsible for finally they cleaned the thing up. I've been going at them for years. New York City many people call that Hamiltonville. America was Alexander Hamilton, until a guy named Bill Lamar Clinton stabbed him in the back. Stabbed us all in the back. A progressive who ran as John Kennedy signs NAFTA. Again, I will go back to the great poem that Pastor wrote during the fascism uprising of Spain. The fascism uprising. Franco is still alive. Franco is still alive. Franco is still alive. Remember that? That fucking evil fucker held on for how long? People don't, to understand America, to understand Spain, to understand Italy, to understand fucking Germany, to understand the evolution of the white Anglo-Saxon, and fucking to understand the genocide of the Native American Indian, you have to go fucking all the way back in there. This is an evolution. This is a fight between good and evil. This is a fight between usury and not usury. The hijacking of Christianity over, taken back. Michelangelo. Remember, his nudes were painted over when the open-minded, freaking strong, loved his people Pope died, and the neoconservative fucking George Bush fucking Pope took over. Michelangelo lived in fear the last 30 fucking 40 years of his life. You know, I was talking to this girl that I was involved with. I was involved in this pure sex relationship fucking here 10 years ago with this incredible, incredible female. I mean, physically, mentally, who is actually the bloodlines of Will Rogers himself. Genius. I mean, this girl from head to toe, inside and out, just oozed everything. Her and I were involved for a long time together. And she said, Kevin, you know what turns me on so much, and I can't get over you, and I go crazy over you. It's your arms. Because I was a worker. Your hands. Oh my God, your hands, your arms. She says, I've spent a lot of time she was young, and she says, I've spent most of my youth in Florence, Italy. I go and I look at Michelangelo's sculptures, and I'm blown away. She says, I just look at him and the way he did the arms, which his arms were like that. He was a physical dude. He was the opposite of Da Vinci. Da Vinci feared him. He says, you have arms like a freaking Michelangelo painting. Sculpture. Because I was a worker. I had a hawk and trowel in my hand. I knew what it felt like as an environmentalist. You have to be in the environment. I understood that. Freudian, it's all Freudian. It's all Freudian. I've been accused of it my whole life. You're way too Freudian. Thank you for the compliment. It's all Freudian, these ugly, overconfident. I'm quoting right out of Karl Rove's own ex-wife. Karl Rove, that pudgy, ugly little creep. Now you think about this if this is not Freudian. You think about this. She said he is overcompensating for his small penis. That's his ex-wife. And his real name is C with a small c, and he's not from here. I like all these quintessential fucking Mormons who everybody thinks none of them are from here. Harry Reid's not from here. He's from Nevada. Mormon. Mitt Romney's not from here. He's from Michigan. Not here. Colorado Mormon. He's not from here. He's from Colorado. I can go on and on. Glenn Beck, the Mormon. He's not right. They picked him up in the fucking gutter in California. Wasted on cocaine. Heroin. Well, he was too fucking loser. He didn't do heroin. I'm sure he was just nothing but a pure fucking low-life meth freak. Yeah, I remember I was stuck on a house right up here years ago. My crew, I had an incredible crew. A couple of my fucking really great guys started really getting fucked up on dope like a lot of construction guys did. You know, so many of them are dead. The whole dynamic was just taken apart because we were rock masons, real rock masons. Split our own arc. I did real stucco work. I mean, fucking Harkatraga, scar. I mean, real stuff. Never did cave into the fake EFA shit. Never did cave into the fucking exploiting labor shit. Now look what you have. Oh, my house is worth $1.3 million. It's a molded up fucking fake styrofoam fucking polished piece of shit. Fake rock. I'm a rock. Fucking lick and stick that shit on there. It's a fucking facade like the Botox in your fucking face. All these ugly fuckers think they can go get some Botox and you look good. I mean, there's a guy right here. He says, yeah, I got sick from the Botox injections and it almost killed me, him and this fucking woman. He's probably about 65. And I told him right to his face, this is a neocon fucker. I says, fake facade fucker. I says, dude, you could have 9 million Botoxes fucking injection. You're still one ugly fucker. I mean, that's what this is. And you could say, well, all of these people are fucking ugly inside and out. That's what the fucking political forces that be. Kurt Vonnegut, I will quote him. He said, did you ever work one morning and seen these overcompensation, low-life scumbags that fucking run for high school fucking student body are running the country? Hello? I like, they're so con. We're going to vote for Barack Obama. He's an African-American. Like, what? Grew up upper middle-class bank examiner, white fucking neoconservative Republican from Kansas? His mother and dad didn't raise him. His mother died of cancer very young, a downwinder, by the way. Kansas and Oklahoma got hammered by the fucking open-air test. And like I said yesterday, somebody commented to me, how do you call them open-air tests? They didn't open-air tests. They were mass fucking murder. Barack Obama's mother died. That's why he's the greatest, Uncle Tom. Disrespect for his own dead mother? My God. Of course, I understand. He has kids. He can't step up to these monsters. I get that. We know what they did to John Kennedy. We know what they did to Bobby. We know what they did to Martin Luther King. We know what they do to all of them. We know what they did to Michael Hastings. We know what they did to Aaron Swartz. We know what they did to Ian Pat fucking Tillman. Then I know what they did to my father. You know, guinea pig these here. They're all Marines. They're fucking, my father was Special Forces. The best fighting elitist fucking men. Take them to the fucking trenches and not support, but right at the trenches and blow the fuck out of them, cut their tonsils down. Did you know they also dip their testicles in plutonium? That's how sick these fucking the military does. So as they pushed Oppenheimer to the side, they pushed Einstein to the side. Why? Oh, he's a fucking communist. He was no communist. What? Because he married a woman who fled fucking Franco in Spain? Are you kidding me? He was a fucking peace activist. He was anti-bomb. So was Einstein. Oppenheimer wanted to say the bomb was Stalin. So did Franklin Roosevelt. Truman? Read up to his fucking wife. You think fucking, all these fucking men have these quintessential wives. Read up on that fucking lunatic bitch he was married to. Read up on his fucking how he came to fucking power. He had no choice to drop that bomb. The American populace dropped that fucking bomb. Can you imagine? And by the way, the Japanese Shogun royal fucking elitist creepy motherfuckers that they were killing 225 fucking American fucking Marines a day. Had nothing to do with the Japanese people. Just like our war had nothing to do with the American people. Had to do with the elite powers there be. That's why tariffs are the answer. Hamilton knew that. He read Greek tragedy over and over and over and over and over. The first thing we did at the port was fucking the Coast Guard. The President of the United States had 2 employees. The Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander, had 8. They were all Coast Guard. They collected duties at the port. They weren't about to let slave goods in there. Read it. To incentivize the buying of homemade goods. That's the only fucking answer. Without that answer, you suck power to the and you become a feudal system. Michael Savage, all these fuckers who were paid CIA, they were paid CIA to call it New World Order. Because, again, the exact opposite of what it really is. Old World Order. Just like the hairspray evangelical Christians and Mormons. We're Christians when they're exactly the fucking opposite. Devils. Thou shalt not kill. What the fuck does the evangelicals and these fuckers do not get? What do they not understand? Thou shalt not kill. He's on the cross dying. He says, forgive them, for they know not what they do. That is the people killing. I'm here to tell every one of you fuckers now. And you say, oh, I'm not fucking, I didn't support that war. When you did support that war. And you think about Congress. Think about, everybody bitches about the Federal Reserve. They bitch about the war machine. They bitch about the Bush cartel. They bitch about everything. You know, that fucking lying fuck Colin Powell standing up in front of the UN. Congress, Anything the Federal Reserve does, it completely has to fucking go through Congress. Everything. The war. Look up who voted for that fucking war. You don't think your local representative and your local senators don't watch polls? They're voting what you're voting. They watch the polls of their districts. They have the best pollsters on earth. On earth. How do you think I got the Electoral College? You know, I like this Silverman, the New York Times poll. Oh, he's been predicting this. There's one person I know, one person on earth, and you can look it up. One person predicted the Electoral College to the exact number. Me. I'm involved with the vote. I mean, I graduated the #1 fucking MBA program in the fucking world. One of the people that I graduated with was professor, is the lead pollster for the Democratic Party. I knew the numbers before they come out. They have the most sophisticated pollers in the world. Not this bullshit propaganda you see. No, they have their own. You know, it proves it. When Cantor gets beat, his polls, because the Karl Rove thesis has fucked all their pollsters. Karl Rove hijacked the entire pollster apparatus, the entire geopolitical apparatus of the Republican Party. He fucked it all up because they lied and they cheated and they stole the fucking elections and destroyed the fucking party. Karl Rove destroyed the Republican Party for time and all eternity. He destroyed them, and they said, oh, he was a genius. He never won anything. They never won anything. They stole. You saw him on Fox News trying to steal it again. We know for a fact, and it was Anonymous who blocked him from stealing it again. He's the greatest. I mean, how is that guy not in fucking prison? They stole Ohio in 2004, and we all know it in factual, hardcore detail. His backup machines, they crashed the other machines, it went to Rose's backup machines, and flipped the vote by fucking 8%. That's on a statistical probability, Professor. It's impossible for that to happen. Absolutely impossible. They did it. They fucking pulled it off. And the Americans, they watch polls. So whose fault is it? You all voted for the war. You all voted to fucking hang Saddam and rip his fucking head off his neck. Who does that? Who does that? I mean, who fucking does that? Now you think, well, he didn't do anything to any American. And geographically, I mean, I listened to it right here. I had a bumper sticker on my car. I mean, I watched my father die. You know, my uncle stood on Omaha Beach on D-Day, raised me. You know, my other uncle, the famous freaking pilot, who's still alive, by the way, played in the NFL, turned down an NFL career to go in as a fighter pilot. Was a liaison, too. Johnson. Oh, you ought to hear his stories about that fucking creepy fucker. These people raised me to think for myself, to see from a broad perspective, like Americans used to look and see from a broad perspective. Americans refuse to be led by the Foxconn News fucking leash. Fox News fucking led up the fucking war, and you all went for it. You can go in denial and lie all you want about, oh, we got to get, when geographically you can lay out a map to this fucking day. Lay out, I've done it in my PhD. Lay out a fucking map. You take it around with your friends. A blank world map. Say, hey, I want you to show me where Iraq's at. I want you to show me where Saudi Arabia is at. I want you to show me where France is at. They have no idea. Remember Tariq Aziz? Do you remember him, the spokesman? Do you know he was a Christian? Did you know 1 in 5 people in Iraq were Christians? Were the Tigris and the Euphrates meet? That biblical, historical fucking place, the oldest written script law tablets in the world in those museums? Do you know they destroyed them? You know, fucking blew up the big Buddhas. No, what did we do? We sprayed white phosphorus on the biblical place where the scriptures were written for time and all eternity. How evil are we? You know, Reverend Wright, and I love it how people attack Reverend Wright. He's the most brilliant guy I know. He is the most brilliant. By the way, do you know how decorated he is? You know how much he bled? Oh, the Special Forces Marine, like my dad. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The Joint Chief of Staff, the lead Marine's the one that come out and blew the whistle on the fucking government program that was killing Iranian scientists. Now, think about this. You call yourselves a fucking Christian. I want you to think about this. The Jessica Lynch lie, the Pat Tillman tried to think about this. When we went into Fallujah, the fucking birth defects are so grotesque over there. Think about this. Remember Hudo and Wapo and fucking whatever their fucking names were, fucking Saddam's sons? Well, they had kids. They finally surrounded those guys to take them out. Instead of fucking doing it like historically we did in World War II, in World War I, in the Revolutionary War, all these fucking wars in all of time and all of history. You didn't kill people guilty of you didn't kill children guilty of association. Oh, fuck yeah, Hitler did. We didn't. We were America. We were the beacon fucking light. We had the Geneva Conventions. We had all these things. We were the fucking home of the fucking free and land of the brave. Now we're the home of the unfree and the home of the cowards. Go get your fucking guns so you can protect your Walmart shit. Fucking cowards. Fucking disgusting. They murdered all their kids, too. 8-year-old sons, 12-year-old sons, little girls, little boys. When we drone these people, we don't just drone them. We drone their houses, their kids, children, babies. So you call yourself a Christian, and I'm here to fucking tell you. You know, I've been to the edge. I stood and looked down. I watched a lot of my friends there. I know what Tony Gwynn went through. I was going in and out of coma. I was given 2 months to live 33 months ago. I understand. I've been on the brink of fucking death. I mean, in the hospital, going in and out of a fucking coma. Your salvation, you can't posture and groom and trick your salvation. You think you've done that. You think that you've done that. Oh, my parents said so. I go to a fucking 3 meetings a day on a Sunday. You're going to hell. You're going to be sucked into a black hole for time and all eternity because you don't have to drop those fucking bombs in Iraq. By your fucking dogma and your political thesis, these politicians did what you asked them to do. The evangelicals in this fucking all over right here. I say, we support our troops and our president. We got a yellow ribbon. Go kill them fuckers. Go kill them. What? You might as well have dropped the bomb yourself. You might as well have pulled the fucking trigger that blew Pat Tillman's fucking head off. That's another thing about the media. The shiny ball of Fukushima is so grotesque and so sickening, and it's over. Oh, now we're going to take this technology in. I'll brick fucking wall. We're going to mutilate the spent fuels. We're going to have Sache Gupta and Sache Gantier practicing neurosurgeon fucking lie, fucking push the other side, blacking the old journalistic whores, and you fall for it. Oh, when visual context, Kevin puts up, Blanch puts up visual context, tells us in exact hardcore detail. Not only do we hate this fucker, we are rooting for Kevin Blanch to die. We know he's got cancer. Oh, die, fucker. I know for a fact I saved all the emails. We live in such a hater, sick, evil fucking culture right now that is beyond over the fucking top. The neo-ultra-competitive gone amok. Populism gone crazy. Andy Warhol, by the way, I love how these historians, this drug addict porn maker, Andy Warhol never did a drug in his life. He was mocking the fucking military-industrialist complex. He was mocking populism gone amok. You can't see it. He called it out, just like I called this out in the future and time and space. We'll look back and see exactly what I've fucking done. Do you think it's ironic that I'm the first one that reports this? I'm the one that always has been on the cusp of this? I'm the only one on A? Huh. Oh, yeah. Because it's the artist who always does it. Picasso did it. Andy Warhol did it. Jackson Pollock did it. And that's the first chance I get in honor of Jackson Pollock. I'm going to stand in one of these fucking oligarchs' fucking houses on Fifth Avenue, the first chance, and I'm going to fucking tip their table over. I'm going to piss in their fucking fireplace, just like he did. He got it. Fuck them. But we do it. And watch the polls. Look it up. Look it up. I want you to look up Congress and Senate. And, they're average American, they don't even know the difference of the two. I mean, we had a structured system that we had to protectionists. Oh, fuck yeah, protectionists. You sure non-protectionists? Oh, look at Kate. The fucking wind blew up our fucking ass showed. What a gross, ugly inbred that fucking family is. I mean, I want you to type in a picture of Queen Victoria. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, I mean, if you got a porn addiction, I want you to think about Tony Blair having sex with, Rupert Murdoch's wife, his gold-digging wife. They were having an affair? Oh, yeah. Even Rupert Murdoch himself said it. I'm even ashamed. I didn't think it could go this far. Oh, George Bush's cousin was running the news desk at Fox when he made the call. When all 30 news outlets called Bull one. So the one was right, Fox was right, and the other 30 was wrong? Nope. The 30 were right, and Fox was wrong. They didn't have to change the way they polled. Now, you think about Cantor. His internal polling showed 34% that he was up and he lost. That's impossible. I can tell you right now, as a statistical probability fucking professor, that is absolutely impossible. The only way that can happen is through corruption and fraud. And I'll tell you, the corruption and fraud on the guy I want, nope. Because these fuckers have believed, they've fucking nailed themselves into believing the lies so much that they go with they believe in their own lies. They really believe their own lies. Mike Lee, fucking Ted Cruz, Rand fucking Paul. But think about the people that vote for those fucking people. Think about the people that support. They're the opposite. They support Al fucking Gore, an environmentalist. Clean coal, the replacement for fucking nuclear. Are you people insane? Are you people I've come to the conclusion, is everybody, I'm not talking about our little army, but America is insane. Are they is there some kind of retardation? Was it the chemtrailing? Was it the food fucking chain? Was it the television? I guess. I don't know. All the above. But they cannot think for themselves anymore. Fukushima's very fucking, we're waiting for the collapse. It already happened. Fukushima happened. People saying, well, what happens when the cancer rates spike? The cancer rates are spiking. Let's talk about Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn, he got cancer in 2008. Yeah, Joe LeBarque, chewing tobacco, did it himself. Fuck, please. Every single one of you have done things that can give you cancer. Every single one of you. Okay? He thought he had it beat. His doctors thought he had it beat. Very good care. I wish he would have been in our unit. I really wish he would have. They take guys like him. They thought he'd beat it in 2011. My theory is he lived in San Diego, lived in California. Fukushima re-triggered his cancer. Do I know that? No. But I do know this. I know that the plume went over the top of the United States and Radnet fucking crashed their site, and the cover-up was very, 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 very real. Axe Gregory Jackal, head of the NRC, inside the situation. I know that Eric Holden is running the cleanup, the Science and Technology team. I know he's from Berkeley. I know he wrote 2 books about fucking eugenics. I know who he is. I know the fucking head of the snake. I know that Cal Berkeley is fucking Teller. Teller was picked by the military complex, and we pushed Einstein and we pushed J. Oppenheimer to the margins because they were anti-bomb. Remember this. Franklin Roosevelt wanted to share the bomb with Stalin. And they wanted to drop a fucking scare bomb. Oppenheimer says drop fucking scare bombs. Don't drop it over the people. The people aren't doing this. The people don't even know what's on. Get the emperor. Scare him. The military industrial found Teller, that Bush. Even Teller was still running the show, even up in Ray Gun. Remember his Star Wars? He wanted a nuclear tip. Remember this. George W. Bush tried to restart the mass murder tests in Nevada. Open-air tests. Remember this. Right before fucking Kennedy was killed, he had read Rachel Carson. He had a socially responsible environmentalist, young, beautiful wife. He stood up to the complex. He signed open-air. Bush tried to restart them up. Remember this. After the election of Marie Antoinette, let them eat yellow cake, Uncle Tom, you can see that he knows he's got no strength. He knows he's got an insane fucking neo-right Congress that's insane. Insane. Do you realize I think Congress has introduced something like 35 times abortion bill? I mean, they want to, and it's not because they believe in any of this stuff. They believe in it because they're hot butting. They're playing knee-jerk. They're playing freaking impassioned, emotional issues because that's what you're running on, because you can't think for yourself. How can you fucking have a constructive, logical, cordial, intelligent argument when you're running on pure fucking raw, unintelligent emotion? They play it. They play you like a fucking fiddle. They play the American populace like a fucking fiddle. But the thing is, I've always been able to live abstractly. I've known that these things existed, but now it's on Balco. So I just lived abstractly. I'm like, fuck these fainting goats. I don't have to participate. I can live my life in that. Not now, I can't. None of you can. Because these actions affected us all. 3/11/11, Fukushima reigned over us. I got leukemia. Given 2 months to fucking live. If somebody says, quit giving us false hope. What? Are you fucking retarded or a fainting goat or just fucking ignorant and stupid? The type of cancer in my body, people do not survive this cancer. They do not. Hello, I'm alive. I am alive. That is the biggest piece of this story. Being able to watch it in real time is watching me survive and how I survived. Not by fighting cancer. Yeah, I fought that. Fighting the fuckers that gave me cancer. You know, that's the problem. We all fucking, you know, NFL games, baseball, we all fucking wear the fucking ribbons. Pink ribbons, orange ribbons. Everybody's got orange. But nobody will address the core root of the fucking cancer. The military-industrialized complex is completely out of control. Not a cliche. Fucking read it. Not going to happen. Happened. Main event happened. 3/11/11. You're going to see it. Mark my words. New York Times will come out 2 years from now, maybe 3 years ago. We can't understand it. The cancer rates in California, the cancer rates in Oregon and Washington and Utah, all over, are spiking so hardcore dramatic that we don't know why. When the CDC's already told you, prepare. This is the liar CDC has already called it the cancer pandemic. They're already saying it. They're already prepping you. Oh, fuck, we got magic technology that'll save us, just like fucking, they'll go in and go clean this up. Yeah, fucking liars. I've been hearing that for 40, 50 years. Oh, there's fucking all kinds of cures for cancer. They just smashing high up. No, there's not. Cancer is simply, all cancer is free radical cells fucking killing you. Something triggers the cell. They're the trickiest, evilest little fuckers you ever seen. They're hardcore. I went from 170 to 130 in 3 weeks. They hide in your spine. They hide in your brainstem. They hide in your lungs. They get behind your eyes. They trick you. They have their own minds. They're fucking evil, trying to kill you. And they fucking float around in there anywhere they want, whatever they want. The fucking try to fuck, and you think you're going to fucking eat some apricot seeds, smoke some Morgan weed, and you're going to turn those radicals off? That's like the cancer. Edward Abbey. Growth for the sake of growth is the ideology of cancer cells. Well, let me tell you about the ideology of cancer cells. You're fighting them with a fucking stick and a bayonet. They're atomic. They're nuclear. They're the Tsar bomb. By the way, Sakharov won a Nobel Peace Prize. Who's Sakharov? Andrei Sakharov. The great human rights activist. All the guys that were involved with the bomb and nuclearism. Einstein, Sakharov, J. Oppenheimer, all become the most hardcore peace activists, human rights activists in the history of mankind. Martin Luther King was anti-nuclear. Rachel Carson, anti-nuclear. John Kennedy, anti-nuclear. Bobby Kennedy, anti-nuclear. Anybody who had a soul and a moral conscience was anti-nuclear. Anybody who has an evil, this is a basic quintessential fight between haters and lovers, between good and evil. Good one. Overcompensation, every one of these fuckers that are on the hate fucking want to kill war machine, every one of them, look at them there. They were born ugly. They're ugly. They have no self-confidence. They have no self-esteem. They have no sex. They have no art. They have no cerebral cortex that can suck up. They have nothing. So they overcompensate for their ugliness, their lack of sexuality, their lack of fucking joy, their lack of being able to love the fucking environment. They overcompensate by hate. It's called playing defense. The African-American community gets it. They call it the haters. The haters. The haters took the field. The haters kicked our ass. How did that happen? Because the American populace turned into haters. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Oh, baby, 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 baby boomers. Pretty amazing to me that I thought for sure, I told the truth of, and I thought this ain't going to be Chernobyl this time. Not this time. We have social media. By the way, I have this alert, nuclear alert keychain that a woman sent to me from San Clemente. It's going off right now. Right now. And I'm outside in South Ogden, Utah. It's going off. They're going off everywhere. And I reported, Janice Saxon and I found that tape. Nobody ever finds those. They don't even find because nobody pays attention. We find those and we put them up on YouTube and everybody regurgitates and says, oh, you're full of shit. The May 20th, I believe it to be fructonium. I've called it fructonium, which is atmospheric. They're on fire. Those things are 25,000 degrees. You know, the dog and pony show of all the media at stages 13 miles away. They're on fire. There's no putting them out. They're all on fire. You can't see the fire. It's an invisible fire. I think what we're seeing is you're seeing certain times when they heat up and just actually on the camera picks up the actual fucking flare from the fire, but the fire is going on all the time. You know, they go in there in their suits. They can handle certain freaking temperatures. But, yeah, the temperature, hotter and colder, they're invisible fires. We know number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. I mean, TEPCO will tell you that right to your face. They're all on fire. There's no putting them out. No technology on Earth. TEPCO says it over and over. We're relying on undeveloped technology. Now you think about this. Now we're prepping and grooming for the greatest fucking taxpayer giveaway in U.S. history to Bechtel, to General Electric, to all these fucking people. Now they're going to go up through the UN. They're going to sign a fucking treaty with no liability and go in there and just spend trillions and trillions of dollars, American taxpayer money, to say they're cleaning up fucking Fukushima. Well, they'll never clean up Fukushima. Fukushima will just slowly kill more and more and more and more and more and more via cancer. Will humans adapt? Einstein said they would, but he said it would take many multiple generations. I'm living proof that you can adapt. And I'll tell you why. Humans, I think, can adapt. I look like my father. I have more of the genetics of my father. When we were born, I have a twin sister. We were born preemies. The doctor, I had this beautiful doctor named Dr. Rasmussen when I was a boy. My mom was a petite, beautiful hunter. Had no clue she had twins in there. It almost killed her in childbirth, this beautiful, incredible artist. My doctor used to tell my mom, I think you got pregnant twice. People used to think that was insanity. My sister was so much smaller. I was a preemie, so I don't know how we lived. The cortisone was just like John Kennedy was invented then. We got shot up with cortisone over and over, or we would have been dead. I struggled physically. We had so many mutations. We were, unbelievable, because my father had been nuked. His sperm was so fucking lit up. This is a guy that was right at ground zero. Woke up in a hospital in San Diego with his tonsils fucking cut out. He died of leukemia. The most physical specimen I ever knew. He looked a lot like Pat Tillman. I'm alive. My leukemia, my intense fight, pushed the leukemia out of my bone marrow and into tumors. It's called de novo. The evolution, it took miracle after miracle after miracle for me to be alive, of incredible doctors. YouTube, all of it. It proved the evolution of the mind and the soul that we do have a chance. I have hope for my children. I have hope for my grandchildren that the human genome will adapt to this fucking evil monster. But the bottom line is that it's going to kill so many of us as baby boomers, the Tony Gwynns, the Steve Jobs, so many. And that is fucking evil. That is the greatest violation to human rights there is. Sitting in a jail cell for doing something you didn't do, that's evil. It's evil, and there's millions of those. But to have your life taken away, to have the right to breathe clean air, to have the right to eat food, to have the right to even drink water out of a spring or a well that's existed from fucking the creation of this earth for billions and millions of years. That is, by definition, the greatest crimes against humanity ever committed. Ever. 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 Megan Rice knows this. Megan Rice knows this. The brilliant genius. Nuclearism, the nuclear cartel, the America, the evil that we've turned into. America is evil and sick. It is evil and sick, and it's its populace. It's its people. You think you're on the winning team. You're not. You're not. This is not home of the brave, land of the free. It's home of the cowards, land of the unfree. I tried to post. I got an actual physical phone call from Google yesterday. An actual person called me yesterday. This video was blocked by Facebook. It says it has illegal tags in it. The only people that are able to post that video I did yesterday are people who do not live in the United States. Kylie Fitzwater was able to. She lives in Australia. Mariah in Scotland. They're the only people able to post these. Not here, because I'm on the list. After I got done having this conversation with this young man from Google, he jumped ship. On our side, we talked a lot about cancer. We talked about a lot of my cancer, whatever. He was very engaging, because they're all humans. Even the NSA, they're humans, and they think they're not going to get cancer. They're going to get cancer. So the military-industrial complex, they're supporting the very people that killed them. They're all on the top.
All hands on deck, all hands on deck. All nuclear fighters, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. They'll be calling you a radical. Plumegate, 311, whatever you want to call